he played king a4.
Oh my god.
You think this is it?
Yeah, king e4, king c4. Do I?
Oh, king c. Oh my gosh, you're right. King c4.
Okay, king c4. Obviously, he should give a check from h4.
He has no choice.
Yes, but this is
Bishop d4.
But this is lost. Come on, or it isn't lost. Well, I'm really confused once I don't see the evaluation. And
Oh my goodness, I think it is lost.
is it really lost?
King c4. I think it's it.
Well, I give you a check from h4.
Yeah, rook h4 is forced. No
Bishop
other move.
d4, and I play something like rook a4 right now to protect.
Rook h.
Rook h5. I'm sorry, rook h5.
Okay, right.
So
because
how do you improve?
can you play the rook to the other side? No.
Yes, you can, and then I play rook h3. Maybe this is how we make a draw here. Rook b1, rook h3 to
Yeah, okay.
protect from mate in 1.
And he played rook h5, so that's what he did.
Yeah, okay. If he plays anything else, he would
gets
be mated
mated, yes,
immediately.
right, so.
By the way, 12 moves before the 50 moves rule will be appeared to this game.
Okay, so let's see. Okay,
Well, it will be.
you got to plug this into the database. I don't know. You're right. He can swing the rook back and forth between h3 and h5. White needs does White need a Zugzwang? That doesn't really exist because Black can still play rook to f5 or g5. So let's see. Rook b1, rook h3 doesn't change anything. So rook check, rook a5. Can the rook swing back to the other side? Yeah. Wait a second. Doesn't it rook b rook a7 check, rook a5, rook to let's say h.
No, normally a rook they play something like check and then rook h7.
Right.
To shorten.
Right.
Or maybe even not rook e7, maybe something else. To make the rook move on this.
Well, you want to make the rook passive.
Shorten, this somehow. I think this is the way to win this.
So you rook a7 check, rook
check,
a5,
and then the rook. Okay, let's say.
And now you play. Oh, maybe you can play.
No, I think
rook
even not rook e7. Sorry, rook g7 is the move here actually. Immediately, while the rook is on h5.
Oh, okay.
To make it more short. So here we play rook g7. Maybe now rook b5 is the move here. So rook goes to b5. And rook b4 saves the game for us.
Right. Okay. So that's why I think you need to do.
That's very exciting. I mean, really, it's not so often you see.
The stalemate.
Normally, when we play some rapid chess or blitz chess, this happens time to time. It's very hard to hold this position sometimes. And, when you have constant time trouble and a really, really small increment. But in a classical game, especially in a candidates tournament,
right?
Okay.
Well, he's not going to fall on time.
I'm not going to say it will be entirely the first case of losing, perhaps this position in the chess history. Yeah, I mean, top GM game, but it would be surely one of the few. Well, maybe this position is still drawish. I'm not so sure because.
Well, I mean, I can't see other than rook a. I mean, rook a7 to me makes a logical sense because
rook e7, you spend one more tempo.
That's true.
Okay, rook e7, rook e5. What's your progress?
Again, well, maybe it's not.
Rook h7, rook b5. So
right, because then it's the same idea of rook b4 check. Okay,
so
it doesn't work.
Let's try another way. If you check on b4,
then king a5.
Well, bishop f2. That's deep. That's surely a very deep idea.
Oh, right, because.
Yeah, protecting from this check, but what if I simply go like this? Maybe attacking the bishop, disturbing it.
So now bishop e3.
And if I go back. Well, but at least it's a great move to confuse your opponent. So your opponent clearly was clearly expecting some check or some direct threat. But this one is, on the contrary, really indirect. So you just.
Well, you're hoping for like rook h2 or something like that. What
has happened? Just rook g5 was played. Well, if it turns out that Peter knows theory that great, I mean, of course, it would be a shame to us all who expected him, to
draw this no problem.
No, on the contrary, to make a mistake.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's still a draw.
I think it looks like it may
be. I'm really curious.
He's also.
Unfortunately, I cannot use. I don't know what's wrong with my laptop, but I see no moves. It's perhaps it's a destiny to calculate this myself.
Well, let's use our brain power and see what we can do.
Rook
this-
h7
Interesting. Okay.
was played. And what if I go for rook b5 right now? Do you have a way to improve? I don't think you do.
No, I don't think so.
No, I think rook b5 is the move right now. And this is still a draw, I believe. Yeah, rook b5 intending rook b4, so you cannot protect from this with your bishop because it will be
Because it's the same
stalemate.
stalemate, right?
And if you do not do this, then you should play rook e7 check, rook e5, and then
You lost another tempo.
you lost already 3 moves, so nothing. So,
Right.
I believe in case of rook b5, it's
played-
rook g4 check is played.
Okay. Now, does this
Bishop
create a
d4,
problem?
rook
Bishop
g5.
Bishop
Oh,
d4. Yeah.
Maybe it's also a way to play this.
Rook to f4 probably, right? Or even rook to.
No, rook,
No, it means
rook
rook to
g5, of course.
Rook to 5. Sorry.
The first rule is not to forget.
Not to be a checkmate,
A
right?
mate is hanging. So, 9 moves. What sort of drama would it be if it would be technically one position?
But,
imagine with 1 or 2 moves.
I've seen it happen once.
I've seen this happen a lot of times.
Really?
I believe some of the players have that confidence and that bad manners.
Mm-hmm.
They especially go for this lost position, lost endgame.
Knowing that they're going to make it.
Yeah,
to the 50
knowing
moves.
it's not simply not a way. And sometimes they make the last move. Let's say move number 60.
Would be
Okay, it was
116.
66. So let's say 100 and
15.
and 15, and the next move will be like
The intentionally losing
let's say in
rook.
this position rook c5 check and calling an arbiter.
Right.
I mean, it's
No, Peter's not gonna do
the
that.
worst manner you can imagine. But
Peter's
why
not.
doesn't he play rook b5? Come on, what's wrong? Rook b5 is so logical to me. Covering this file and, well, I'm really getting curious.
Well, maybe we can ask him in a few minutes because hopefully he'll be done in a few minutes.
Yeah, either it will be 50 moves rule draw, or it will be
Or
shocking victory of Fabiano Caruana.
yeah. Well, we don't have many moves to wait because it's.
Well,
I wonder if this is.
do you
now,
feel the tension? I would prefer to see players' faces instead of the boards and the digital boards we are.
Well, I can
showing
see
the moves.
Caruana's.
I think it's all about the board there in the playing hall right now. It's not about us. And by the way, if Peter managed to hold the draw, then once again it's an interesting situation. I asked, rook b5 was
Rook
played,
B5, okay.
and he looks confident now. So once again, if Svidler managed to draw this, and tomorrow Karakin makes a draw against Caruana, if they share it together without Vichy Anand, Karakin wins on tiebreak. And if Vichy wins with black against Svidler, Caruana wins on tiebreak because between this trio, he has better tiebreaks because he beats Anand.
Okay.
1.5. So
All right. So
that's
that's
how
the
it
answer.
works. Yeah, now looks like Peter spotted this idea. Okay, check and rook b8. The only way to
6
keep
more moves.
tension, and I think rook h5 to be played
Yeah, rook h5, of course.
straight away.
That's what he did.
Well, following this board, and you can follow the board here. Everything is going to be decided right now. No, okay, of course not everything, but everything for today.
Well, anyway, we now know that tomorrow will be there'll be 2 games
Well,
really,
tomorrow,
really
it's an
important.
interesting question. If you are sure that Vichy is not going to beat Svidler with black, and you just, for example, I mean, if we
He's sure
speak
to-
from point of view of Sergei Karakin, yeah, of course,
He probably is playing for a
yeah,
draw.
draw, yeah, probably, because, the possibility of losing
Of Anand beating.
Finally beating Svidler with black is not that high.
No, not that high.
Well,
And I
one
think
minute-
Anand has really been much more struggling with black in this tournament. I mean, with white he's done quite well, but with black he's not done so well.
as we see so far, anything can happen in this tournament.
Yeah.
And,
We've had a few do
Bishop
these.
f6. Well,
He's trying the same thing from the opposite direction.
what if I run to a5 right now? It's not so many moves left, and maybe it's time to simply retreat. Do not care about.
Well, why not just
Do
play
not
rook
care
f5?
about the strongest move. Yeah, of course, rook f5 is the move as well. But if we simply try to run away, because after king a5, I believe we make our way to a6, and this,
That's the simple way to do it as well.
or maybe I'm going to miss
That's what
something.
he did?
Yeah, king
King
a5,
A5.
king a5. Well, but you know, if we ask Peter on the press conference, I won't be surprised if he will show us a clear way for White to
have won?
to win. Yeah, because at least in his imagination, I believe White has won this game like for 10 times already.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean,
In
does
Svidler, yeah, because of course, he's that type of player.
he's a little pessimistic?
Yeah, he's pessimistic, and he also respects his opponent sometimes too much. So he thinks, okay, there is, but no,
There's something there that's not. There's something that's not there.
Yeah.
Well, he seems to have found the moves. I mean, it's
Well, it's also a time trouble for Fabiano, so he gives a check. And what if King a6 right now?
oh, of course. Can you say? Obviously, the other alternative is not so good.
By the way, just
Yep.
just to make sure, let's see, in this position, if we play this one, it will be a very funny situation, I have mentioned. Rook b5, intending to go for a stalemate.
Right.
Rook a8 check, King b7, Rook e7 check, King c6, and Rook e6 check, actually winning the Rook, but it's the move number 116. What kind of mess would it be? I'm just,
Technically, it'd be a
it
draw.
leaves me speechless.
It would be a draw.
I think there is another simple way of making a draw here, to play Rook e6, yeah. But, you know, if there is, you know, something which can be called a bad manner,
Yeah.
this precisely
This would have done it.
this situation. Yeah. So once again, a Rook e8, King b7, winning a Rook by force. And
Except
here,
one problem.
One problem. You know, it was move number 66. Bishop takes a5, and this one is already 116.
So he would not make it.
And yeah, this. But anyway, Rook h6 seems to be a precise one. So no nasty check from b6, and looks like
We're only 3 moves away.
Fabiano,
Yeah.
3 moves, and I don't see the construction how you're going to give a mate in 3 moves.
And he
Okay,
played
bishop b3, but
yeah.
I mean bishop b3 just rook g6.
Yeah, rook g6. Nothing complicated.
Maybe then king c5, I don't know, maybe rook e6. But the general idea, also rook c6 check is possible, yeah, so bishop c5 and goes back. Well, this finally looks to be
A draw.
drawish. Nonetheless, anything incredible will happen, but
Do you think that?
We're not
I mean,
really expecting
I'm
this.
sure Peter has been counting the moves. I mean, he's aware that 50 moves is.
yeah, this is the well-known rule, you know.
No, I'm saying. I mean, he's aware of what the
Every Russian schoolboy knows this.
every player should know this. But
Yeah.
what I meant was that he's been paying attention.
At some point, I think nearly this position, I already thought that this cannot be saved by Petr Svidler, but he showed us that okay, he can do it really great.
We're up to move. Is that really move 115?
Rook e6, rook b3, 115, and
They'll shake hands.
I
in a
believe
second.
rook takes e3 is only move, which doesn't lead to a draw because basically because this one, I think this also capture on b6 will be move number 51.
Oh, yeah, but that would. Oh, I don't know. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway,
It's always
no
funny.
no reason to do this. just move someplace safe and call it a day.
Yeah, just rook g6 and call an arbiter. Okay, rook
C6?
c6 check.
Okay.
Seems to be good enough. So, bishop c.
King d5.
Okay, king d5. But now what? Well, king d5 and
He's called the arbiter. Okay.
yeah.
Yep, he's called the arbiter.
Well, really a dramatic finish to this game. Yeah, okay. They agree for a draw.
They agree. Okay, that's it.
Well,